Drew, first off, just overall an assessment, 55 points on a tough defense in a game where maybe you had a few more hiccups than you've had throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things we did today are going to cost us in the future against quality opponents, which I think that was a quality opponent, but we were able to overcome it. So sometimes you got to have a game like that. Our kick coverage was horrendous. We got to get that fixed, and then you can't get a punt blocked. I mean, just absolutely. They had a 1-yard drive and a 4-yard drive, and so you can't separate. You can't ever separate in a game like that where you just let them keep hanging around. We had the turnover early. We fumbled, and I think we threw a pick deep in their territory off a tip pass that they got. So that probably was worth 20, 24 points right there. And that was a tough team, and they were fighting. Now they were trying to give themselves a chance to win the game, So and it was in dispute there until about midway through the fourth quarter. About 5 minutes to go, we were able to finally get some separation. So we've got to do better. I got to coach better. Got to put the kids in better situations, and the kids got to respond and play better in those situations. We cannot have those mistakes and continue to have success.
Still with all that drive starting on the 4, on the 1, their average possession was starting like at midfield.
Yeah.
And
that's hard on a defense.
Yeah.
That's really hard on a defense, and we have an outstanding defense, but when you keep putting them in situations like that, it's at some point they're gonna break through, and I think we held them to a couple field goals, so we got to do better though. They had a big punt return. I mean, it was over and over again in that, we've been pretty good, but last week we were much improved on some of the things. So we gotta go in and as a coaches, scheme it a little better, and then players got to play better. We got to coach them better, and they got to play better.
A couple of big picks though, Miles and Mike especially.
Yeah. I mean, Miles ended a drive for him there in our own end zone, and I think we responded, with a drive of our own, and then of course Mike put it away right there, big play. But I don't know. I'm trying to, looking at what they did. They still only had 91 yards rushing. That's pretty good defense. Like I said, we didn't make them work enough because we gave them such good field position. So when I look on here and I look at statistically at what our defense did, it wasn't a bad day. We just put them behind the 8 ball so many times. Like I said, we got to clean that up.
And really, that's actually a credit to the defense. Mm-hmm. They played so well.
Yeah.
Kept them to that.
Usually when all those things happen, you get beat. Okay, all those special teams mistakes, when that happens, you get beat. But we'll come back. We'll get better. That was hopefully just one of those weird days. Certainly, there's some things there we've got to go back and look at film and get better.
Yeah. And since the team hasn't really had these type of hiccups, you got to be happy with the way they did respond.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win. Right? This is a game you got to figure out a way to win. With all the junk that went on, you got to figure out a way to win the game, and they did. To our kids' credit, I'm proud of them because you learn something. Every time you go out there and overcome mistakes, you learn something.
You got anything else, Coach?
No, great atmosphere.
Yeah.
That was a big win. I mean, it was a really big win for us. Austin Douglas that seems to be a pretty, that's an injury that he's probably not going to be able to be back this season. So that hurts us. But that's part of football. I hate it. So we're going to hope all that heals quickly and be praying for that. But I think that was a physical game. It was a really physical game. So hopefully we get everybody healthy and we can go, because we got a great challenge ahead of us this week, obviously. I don't know what everybody did today. I don't know what scores were. I'm sure Chattanooga won. So obviously next week becomes a huge game.